recording. Okay. So again, this is GIS assignment 2, North American Hometown Geography Map group project. So we're gonna see how this works. Okay, I don't know how you might need your help here. Okay, so here are the instructions. GIS assignment 2, North American Hometown Geography. Open it up and let's think our way through this. Here's the assignment itself. So I'm assuming that everyone here has an ArcGIS Online public account because everyone in here either assume has completed the first assignment. If not, you will need to set up a free ArcGIS Online public account. Click that link, go through the steps. It's very simple. After you set up your account, you just sign in according to these instructions, click on map, and then you'll be taken to the My Map page. Okay, that's how you start. Now we'll all have to hopefully listen carefully, or at least one person in each group is listening, so that you will take the lead in instructing those who either were confused or not paying attention right now or what have you. Okay, so in order to build a geographic information systems map, you have to build something called an attribute data table. An attribute data table is simply, it starts off as simply an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, you have the Excel spreadsheet in the instructions. And so I will pull that up. Here's the spreadsheet. It's just an Excel spreadsheet. Click on it, open it up like that. Okay, listen very carefully. Okay, watch. So let's say you are in group 1, okay? Here's group 1, you will put your last name. Only one spreadsheet is needed for each group, okay? This is a team project. Only one spreadsheet is needed per group. If somebody in your group is really good at Excel, well, let me ask you all a question. Here's where I'm gonna need your help. Are you all able to communicate with each other inside of these core shells?
I mean, we'll just probably talk, like get each other numbers probably to do this.
Okay.
Is that what you mean? Like how are we
I think we should do like a group.
So you all are, so would you have to do that in this Zoom environment, or can you do it within the core shell space as students? Like, can you see each other's email addresses?
No, I don't think so.
No, we can't.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could we do breakout rooms like Thursday through Zoom so we can get in our groups and do it?
Sure, we can do that. Thank you for that suggestion. Okay, so we will do breakout rooms on Thursday, and then on Thursday you can get each other's whatever. Okay. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
Like I said, this is the first run.
So Thursday breakout Zoom, that means we're just gonna get Zoom on Thursday and
yeah, we'll come in here, then I'll figure out how to get you all in the breakout groups. I'm sure I'll figure that out by Thursday. And then you can meet with your group members that way. The main thing that you have to do is pass this spreadsheet around amongst you. You know, that's the first thing. So this is group 1. I'm just for example. This is group 1. Here's a spreadsheet. You only need one. Come on. You only need one spreadsheet per group. So we have Hayes, Roberson. Just do it exactly like this. Parrish, one spreadsheet per group. Last names, please. Unless you have, oh, wait a minute. Well, last name and first initial. okay? Because I have two Williams in here. I don't want to get them mixed up. Okay, next you type in just your hometown city. Okay, so this would be Hayes, it's Memphis. No need in putting the state in there. Don't worry at this point. St. Louis, we're not, I'm gonna, St. Louis, Nashville, and then on second thought, since normally I don't let people put in these little tiny, like Lithonia, but let's just, since most people don't know where Lithonia is, I do. Yeah, put the 2-letter state, since Lithonia, who knows where that is, but I know it's in Georgia. Okay. Next, city population. Okay, is everybody listening? Do not Google, okay? Don't do that, okay? Google is not a reference source. You can't just Google stuff, right? Because I guarantee you, if I had each of you Google the population of Memphis right now, you'd get 14 different answers, okay? We want what we call verifiable sources. So in the instructions, I have given you a verifiable source, the US Census, okay? Listen carefully. This is being recorded, so even if you aren't listening right now, you can come back and check it out later. But go to the census, census.gov. Boom. Now watch carefully, even though this is recorded. You'll want to go to Explore Data Main. Click there. And then scroll down to Quick Facts. Click on Go to Quick Facts. Okay, this is being recorded. Okay, so the first city we had there was Memphis. In the search bar, type Memphis. There it is, Memphis City, Tennessee. Click on it and voila, notice this column, Memphis City, Tennessee shows up. Don't get confused. This United States column, that's the entire United States. You know, almost 330 million people. What you want is the population of Memphis, Tennessee. There it is, 2019 population estimate is the latest data that you have. Some of you might have different dates, get the latest one. Then you can either type it or you can do this. You know, this is only for those who are highly skilled, city population. And I'm going to do a paste special text so I don't get any crazy HTML code in there. Bam. And there you have it, city population. Okay, do that for each of your cities. Okay. Next, latitude and longitude. We both know what those are. How do we get them? Now, this time you will go to Google, but you don't Google. Come on now. This thing is such a pain in the neck. Let me get here. Okay, let me go here. Go to Google, and we're going to go to Google Maps. Okay, now listen carefully. So we're just working with Hayes now. Go to Memphis, Tennessee. Go to your city. Okay, now here we zoomed in on Memphis. Where's Hayes? Hayes, you here today? You still here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now for your latitude and longitude, it can be just about anywhere. Hayes, where did you go to high school in Memphis?
Sheffield High School.
How do you spell that?
SHEFFIELD.
Okay, got it. Sheffield High School. Boom. Zoom in on Sheffield High School. There it is. Okay, now there are two ways. Well, let's see. So now it's probably will be easy if we go to the satellite view. So there's the high school. Now you do not want to click on that teardrop. Okay, you just want to get somewhere near whatever landmark you choose. It doesn't have to be your high school. really should not be your house, or rather your mama's house, your grandmama's house, whoever it is you came from before you came to TSU. Some other landmark like your high school, maybe a park you like, or I don't know. Somewhere on the schoolyard or somewhere near, click once, drop a teardrop. Notice at the bottom of the screen, see latitude and longitude for where that teardrop is located, okay? So remember, latitude is the arc angle distance north and south of the equator. And so I'm going to write that number down because I don't trust the copy and paste from here. And then notice that longitude, which is the arc angle distance east and west of prime meridian, notice that it is a negative number in the Western hemisphere. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. 744. Can everybody see that latitude and longitude at the bottom here? Y'all see that? Yes?
Yes.
Oh, you gone? Okay, just want to make sure. So I'm going to take that latitude and longitude, and I'm going to type latitude here, 35 point, that's 35 degrees north, it's 35.061,795. And then very important, longitude is a negative number, minus 89.920,744 degrees west. The reason that we don't have an N here for north or a W here for west is because we cannot have text and numbers in a number field, okay? That's why. Also, in terms of longitude, we are at, again, these are degrees west of, let me ask a question here. What line of longitude is 0 degrees longitude? Let me just toss that out there. What do we call that line of longitude that is 0 degrees longitude? Okay, we're gonna have to know that next week. Okay, that's the prime meridian. So when we say 89 degrees west, that's 89 degrees west of the prime meridian, which is at 0 degrees longitude. Okay. All right, so that is how we'll get the latitude and longitude for each city. Again, this is being recorded. You can come back and look at it. Okay, average elevation. Now, here, this is the one time you can Google. Okay, this is the one time. Normally, I'm like, never do that. So, average elevation. So, go to Google and boom, boom, boom. And just type in elevation. Let's see. Let's do average elevation, Memphis, Tennessee. See what we get. Okay, fine. So that's probably what's going to happen when you type in average elevation for your city. You'll get something like, you might not get this. If you get confused at this point, email me. Okay, so we're just going to assume that we're working in feet, 338. Notice I did not put the little tick mark or FT for feet. No text in number cells, just a number. Okay, now it gets interesting. Now this assignment is going to get us into Unit B a little bit. Remember, Unit B is Geography of North America. So now we're going to start getting into our next unit a little bit. So notice we've done field A, your name, field B, your city name, population, field C from the census, latitude and longitude, Google Maps, as I just demonstrated, average elevation, Google search. Now, hometown city physiographic region, textbook figure 12.1. So now we have to go here, 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 into the textbook. Here, textbook is loaded up. Book contents. Let's see. Images. Figure 12.1. Here's figure 12.1. Click on it. Okay, so let's see. Is that the largest it's going to get? I guess so. So this is figure 12.1. These are physical features of North America. And let's see, there has to be a way to make this thing larger. Oh, this is low. Let's see, move this around here. Okay, well, let's do it this way. Okay, so here's where you're going to have to make a rough estimate of where places are within these various physiographic regions. And so the major physiographic regions of North America include the coastal plain, which is this kind of sandy area here. Then there's the Florida Peninsula. I don't think anybody's from there. We also have the Canadian Shield here to the north. Maybe one person might be from there. The Great Plains, Rocky Mountains, coast ranges, and so on and so. Great Basin, Colorado Plateau. So you kind of have to, you might have to go back and forth with Google Maps, but we know that Memphis is, here's the Mississippi River. Memphis is right about in here. Notice the states aren't on the map, but Memphis is right in there approximately, right? Which falls within the coastal plain. If I was gonna be technical, I would say the Mississippi Valley, but okay, let's just go with what's in the textbook, coastal plain, even though that's not 100% correct. And then we go here, physiographic region, coastal plain. All right. Now, next is the Kirpin climate region. Kirpin is a climatologist, European climatologist who created a method for identifying and designating various climate regions. And so that is textbook figure 12.3. So let's go here, get back to 100% here, and go to images again, and figure 12.3. Here's the Kirpin climate map. And so, man, that's not very good, but let's go here. We can make it larger this way. And same thing. So we're still working with Memphis. So here are the various climate regions in North America. Tropical rainy A, notice that's only in Florida, South Florida, and Hawaiian Islands. Then you have B climates, which are dry climates. BS that's like the climate that's in the Great Plains. It's like a grasslands climate. Most of us are in C climates, subtropical climates, which includes the subtropical permanently rainy climate, or C lowercase r. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty easy to tell that Memphis is somewhere in this kind of mustard yellow region. Now, when you enter that into the spreadsheet, you don't just put the letter, you put CR space subtropical permanently rainy climate region. Okay, so that is what you put for Memphis. Obviously, if your hometown is in Champaign, Illinois, you're going to have a different climate region. St. Louis is tricky. You're going to have to kind of eyeball St. Louis. And most of you all are somewhere in this CR region. Just make sure that you get it correct. Okay, so you've done Kirkland climate. Now, hometown city vegetation region, figure 12.10, hometown city US. I think you kind of get the idea here going into the textbook. Okay, next, you will find a body of surface water within 100 miles of your city. Now, for the most part, most of you probably already know this, or you might not. So where is Hayes? Hayes, you still here, still with us?
Yes, sir.
What is a major surface water body that's within 100 miles of Memphis, Travion? I know you know this.
Like the Mississippi River?
Mississippi River, exactly. So you would, in that case, he would go here. Yep. M-I crooked letter. All right. Okay, so now we go to, now this might be a little bit different. Mountain range within the closest mountain or mountain range. Now we probably have to go to ArcGIS Online because that's not something that is necessarily intuitive, right? How many of us know that right off the bat? And so let's go to ArcGIS Online. I'm going to have to stop my share for just a second here. Just a second. Oh, we have more guests. Let's see. All right, 1 second. Yeah, the Zoom menu just interferes with.
For Dakota Tunstall.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to share my screen. So in this case, we're going to have to use some of the tools that are in ArcGIS Online. So of course you have your account. So you'll sign in, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. Go to the map. And now we are working with Memphis, Tennessee, USA. Zoom into there. Okay, now the question is, we want to show using the map tools in ArcGIS, what mountain range is closest? So let's see, we've got the Ozark Plateau here. We have Wichita Mountains here, but then we also have the Cumberland Plateau and the Great Smoky Mountains here to the east. Now the question is, what's closer, the Wichita Mountains or the Great Smoky Mountains? So we'll use the measure tool just to be sure. You know, you might think, well, is it obvious? Is it obvious? Well, no, not everything is obvious. Click measure, measure, We want to change this to miles. Take your pointer, boom, click on Memphis, drag it. Wichita Mountains, let's say it's about 234 miles. Okay, so we can swing this the other way. And let's see, the Great Smoky Mountains is 374 miles. So the Wichita Mountains are clearly closer to Memphis and than the, and that's how that is pronounced, is Wichita. So let's get out of this, escape out, boom. Okay, Hayes, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
What's a natural hazard? A natural hazard is a naturally occurring hazard. It has to do with weather, or it can be an earthquake, or it can be flooding, or it could be a tornado. What is a natural hazard that might impact Memphis from time to time?
Flood.
Okay, good.
Because we really don't have tornadoes or like earthquakes.
Yeah, it could be earthquakes, but let's just say flooding. Okay, so for each person in your group, and I didn't do these yet, but you have to do those. I thought, it's pretty straightforward in the instructions. So for each person in your group, you work together to fill out this spreadsheet. So you can either have each individual person in your group do it individually and then copy and paste your information to a master spreadsheet. Then you will save this spreadsheet. Okay, so we've done this. And here, you've done all this. It says enter the data into the Excel spreadsheet. So you've done that. Okay, so next you'll go to File. We'll select one box. You go to File. Now imagine you've filled out this whole sheet with all 4 or 5 of your team your group members with their data, right? Check it over. If I were you, I would show me your spreadsheet before you do this, because there's always a chance you might make a mistake. So you go to File, Save As. Okay, and we want to save this as, I'm going to save this onto your hard drive. You want to save this. It's already saved as an Excel spreadsheet. Well, let me just save it as that. I'm going to save it as an Excel workbook first. And then I'm going to do File, Save As. The second time I'm going to save it, I'm going to save it as a CSV comma delimited file. A CSV comma delimited file. Boom. Now what's going to happen is when you save it, you're going to get all kinds of crazy error messages. Just click through them. Okay, yes. Then when you close the file, you're going to get more crazy error messages. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to save it. Yes. Okay, so now let me stop my share just for a second here. Go back here and let me go back just to have it. All right, it's the opening page. Resume share. Whoa, almost hit that end button again. I don't want to do that again. Okay, so now we're back into your ArcGIS Online account. Go to this add button right here. Boom. Add layer from file. Bam. Choose file. Let's go in here to documents, TSU doc, wherever you saved it. Here is that CSV file. Here it is right here. Let's expand this. You can see that is a CSV file. All right. Click on it once, open, import layer, and voila. Now I know you're not impressed at all by that. So notice that here is Hayes's point. let's change the base map to something that we can see. Let's change it to imagery hybrid. Okay, so now we see the imagery hybrid. We have to pull out a little bit more. Wow, we were zoomed way in. All right, so there's a little dot that we put there with latitude and longitude. So what we want to do is change this to the city name, hometown city. Boom. And then we just hit done and go to legend. And there you have it. Now, of course, when you complete this assignment, you will have all 4 of your group members' cities on the map. And so the power of geographic information systems is if I click on that dot, notice all the information that we put into the spreadsheet comes up. So there's Hayes, Memphis, city population, all that's in there. Of course, it's not complete, but you will have it complete in that spreadsheet. Also, we can change this to a different variable. So let's say we change it to a number variable, which is population. Okay, city population. Notice that when we change it to a numeric variable, notice that we can now see the size of the city's population relative to the diameter of the symbols, point symbols in the legend there. So of course, when you do this for your group, you will have point symbols. So your map will look like this at first. So let's say you have, nobody's gonna have 10 people in a group, but this is what your final map will look like, except you'll have 5 cities, and then they'll show up on the map as per that example. Then of course you will save your map, make your map public. We've been through that before if you did the first assignment. Upload this sheet, copy and paste the map link in the space here. Then upload your data sheets and this sheet to the designated Dropbox before the deadline. So what was that? One band, one sound, one map, one team. Okay, one spreadsheet per team. So teammate works, it makes the dream work. But what you should do is make sure that you copy everything to each individual person in your team's, in your group's inbox, okay? Last but certainly not least, and so prepare for this, next week when this assignment is due, your group will be required to do a live demonstration of this map you created, okay? I wanna make sure that you know how to navigate. Now, I showed you one thing is how to use the measure tool. You should be able to change the base map. You should be able to point out perhaps that that major body of water. You should demonstrate the different sizes of your cities. You should be able to do something showing that you're able to navigate that map. Okay, so I am going to pause the recording at this point.